What's up, girl? How you doing?
Nice, right?
Someone's acknowledging you for being
Nice.
beautiful. You should say thank you.
You'd be pretty if you smile.
In today's world, gender-based sexual harassment is becoming more fierce and rampant as it also now extends to online spaces. This kind of harassment may threaten a person's sense of personal safety and may also undermine one's sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Due to these unfortunate situations that people, mostly women and girls, often found themselves in, the Republic Act 11313 or Safe Spaces Act, also known as the Bawal Bastos Bill, was created and expanded to ensure everyone's sense of personal space and public safety.
Presented in this infographic is the overview of the RA 11313 Safe Spaces Act. The authors deliberately set out the textual and visual elements in order to effectively communicate the important details and information about the aforementioned law. Symbols, images, and graphs are used to support the gathered information. Appropriate color scheme, font styles, and sizes are also utilized to complement the theme of the infographic.
The RA 11313 Safe Spaces Act, also known as the Bawal Bastos Bill, was signed into law on April 17, 2019 by the former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte. This law aims to prohibit and penalize all forms of gender-based sexual harassment in public places, educational or training institutions, workplaces, and online spaces. They expanded its scope to ensure both public safety and a person's sense of privacy.
Gender-based sexual harassment in public places and cyberspace commonly includes physical, psychological, and emotional threats, cyber-talking and incessant messaging, impersonation of victims' identity, misogynistic, homophobic, and transphobic slurs, catcalling, wolf whistling, unwanted invitations, intrusive gazing, and leering.
The Safe Spaces Act was created to protect an individual against any unwanted and uninvited sexual violation and harassment in both online and public spaces. Anyone, regardless of gender, who experience sexual harassment may file a complaint under the RA 11313. Respective management of privately owned spaces, workplaces, educational institutions, local government units, and the national government agencies are responsible for protecting individuals from gender-based sexual harassment by upholding and enforcing the law.
The violation of Republic Act 11313 shall penalize the perpetrator correspondingly. The first offense shall be punished by a fine of 1,000 pesos and must render a 12 hours community service inclusive of attendance to a gender sensitivity seminar. The second offense shall be punished by a fine of 3,000 pesos and by arresto menor or 6 to 10 days in jail. Lastly, the third offense shall be punished by a fine of 10,000 pesos and by arresto menor or 11 up to 30 days in jail.
To ensure the public's right and safety, government organizations are in charge of enforcing the law. The task of apprehending violators of the law typically falls on the Metro Manila Development Authority, the Philippine National Police, and the Women and Children's Protection Desk. On the other hand, the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group, the PNP Women and Children Cyber Protection Unit, the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, and the Office of Cybercrime of the Department of Justice are responsible for online cases of gender-based sexual harassment.
Although sexual harassment can be directed to any person regardless of gender, women and girls are the most vulnerable and frequent victims of this harassment. According to the 2020 survey conducted by the Plan International, it was found that 7 out of 10, or around 68% of young adult women and girls, reportedly become victims of online harassment.
Moreover, based from the 2016 study conducted by the social weather stations, 60% of young adult women ages 18 to 24 have experienced at least one form of sexual harassment, and 58% of the said incidents occurred mainly on public places such as in the streets, major roads, and alleys, with physical forms of harassment occurring on public transportations. Furthermore, it was found that catcalling and wolf whistling were the most commonly reported forms of sexual harassment across all age groups. 12 to 55 years old and above.
Individuals and communities must play an important role in establishing and maintaining safe spaces. To be able to do so, reporting incidents of harassment will be the first and vital step in helping and supporting victims. Moreover, spreading and raising awareness regarding gender-based sexual harassment and education about the importance of the law are some of the important course of action to take in order to create and maintain safe spaces for everyone.
The Safe Spaces Act will serve not just a protection against gender-based sexual harassment, but also as a reminder that everything that we think, say, and do has corresponding consequences for ourselves and for others. Which is why everyone shall be mindful of their own words and actions at all times, and be reminded that we all have roles and responsibilities in creating safe spaces. The Safe Spaces Act shall become the foundation and stepping stone to end gender-based sexual harassment and to reinforce gender equality.
Anong number mo, miss?